All right, welcome back to the RedFOX Labs AMA. Ben Fairbank, the co-founder and CEO, is with us now to give us the latest news with RedFOX Labs. And later on, we have Fadzly Yusof joining. Fadz is the GM of RFOX Games, and he'll be showing us the demo of the new redesigned version of KOGS SLAM for iOS and Android. And we'll also announce the winner of last week's competition. Hi, Benny. How's it going?
Very well, thank you. Just busy working, building, and yes, more of the same, really.
Yeah, that's it. And it's been another eventful week in crypto, and the Bitcoin Miami conference was just held. One of my favorite moments was watching Max Keiser throwing a mantanti during the CNBC interview.
Okay, here's a $10 bill. This is garbage. This is garbage. It's all going to zero against Bitcoin. He who has the Bitcoin makes the laws, Rand. We're not going to just sit around and let the goddamn congressman tell us what to do. We've got the capital. We make the laws. We've got the Bitcoin. They don't. We got it. They don't.
Okay, so that was Max Keiser, obviously clowning around while making some points about inflation, the transfer of wealth, and corruption in the traditional financial system. And to juxtapose this with El Salvador's president, Nayib Bukele, who says he will make the Bitcoin cryptocurrency legal tender in the country. And at macro level, that has some huge potential for positive change. For CEOs like yourself in crypto, what do you think when you see news like this? Are you more bullish about what you're doing in crypto as adoption is strengthening?
Yeah, I think for sure. I mean, we live in a country and we're based from a country that doesn't accept crypto as a form of payment that replaces the local currencies. And seeing countries adopt Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency is obviously a very bullish sign and a move in the right direction. I think the thing that has always been thought of by the wider audiences is that crypto is a last resort, right? So if a lot of these countries are turning to Bitcoin as an answer, then it just goes to show you that the current state of the global economy isn't really that fantastic. And I think that I've always talked about Bitcoin's price being a barometer of how confident people are in the economic structures. So that is extremely bullish, and it's a move in the right direction. The dynamics of how that plays out, replacing a local currency with Bitcoin, which is actually influenced by plenty of things externally and is in limited supply. Adopting it as a form of payment is one thing. If you actually got rid of your currency completely and change, that would be something completely different. It's an interesting dynamic, and yes, we're always bullish about what we're doing, and I think we're headed that way. It's inevitable.
Yeah, there's a lot happening with that one, and it does look like a great thing. So really keen to track the progress there, and I've reached out to President Nayib Bukele to join us on next week's AMA, and I'm yet to receive a reply.
Yeah, good luck.
Now, moving on, we're into the 6th month of the year, and man, it's come along a long way. And looking back to where RedFOX Labs was this time last year, there have been so many notable achievements along the way, and we've seen RFOX Finance launch, we've seen the first reveal of the Vault, you've taken on some key staff, marketing's gone next level. There's so much going on with the ecosystem. So what milestones are you working towards right now in those ventures, and what does it take to build at this pace and to get where you need to be?
Yeah, well, 3 things really. I mean, obviously we have our own currency. We've got our own now metaverse in formation, which means we've got our own world in which it's accepted. And then obviously the third part is the economic model that we've got, which plugs the ventures into the metaverse and into our token. So those milestones are parallel and simultaneous, and there is a lot of things to build out, and we have to bring in specific expertise for a lot of those things. And yes, we've progressed a lot in the last year. Some people might say move faster, do more. We are going absolutely as fast as we possibly can. But what we've done is we've got, because when you look at a debot model or when you're planning something, it's not until you actually start to implement it that you start to see its product market fit or what its real traction is going to be. And as we've started to really sort of get feedback and interest on the things that we're building, we've identified how big they can actually be. We've revised numbers continually, including last week on projections. And ultimately, as a result of that, you realize you get one shot at this. It has to be right. It has to be done very, very well and to a very high level of quality, because this underpins everything we do going forward. So The milestones that we're working on are just making sure that all of those pieces are ready, they can interconnect, and we've got something to connect them to that is going to be sustainable for years to come. It'll change, pivot, and it'll constantly evolve and develop, but it doesn't mean that we shouldn't make it very good at the first level.
All right, Ben, yeah, it's a huge undertaking. And, you know, the Taj Mahal and the impressive beehive in Wellington weren't built overnight. All right, and on to a question that comes up a lot in the community. When can you make partnership announcements, and what's stopping you at the moment?
I think for us more so, as we've said, we'd start to ramp up the marketing campaigns and we'd start to sort of get more traction coming in and all the rest of it. When you're dealing with a lot of these bigger parties, and you'll see who they are, when you start signing these bigger parties on, you go from a situation of we've got something cool that you should be a part of, and you go down a path of trying to sell that vision and idea to those guys saying yes, and then you are then on the hook, so to speak, in the sense that you've got to deliver something that does exactly what you talked about it doing and functions the exact way you said it would. So when you, as I said, we realize the magnitude of it when you've got some of these types of people coming on board. Everything has to be 100% exactly as it's intended to be. So we're double checking, triple checking, dotting I's, crossing T's, making sure the marketing campaigns are better. And most importantly, we're making sure that we can deliver what we're talking about to a level that we're happy with and the client's happy with as well. So that does take time, but ultimately we've talked about our first games partnership. We've got more coming up as well, and these all flow in. A lot of them, the latter ones, are interconnected as well. So it's going to be a gradual rollout over the next couple of months of who we're working with, why, and the bigger picture will come together very, very quickly.
All right, Ben, anything else you'd like to add? Are there any announcements, or what's the team's focus specifically this week?
Yeah, specifically this week, we've welcomed on a new CFO last week. We've got new people coming in as well, which we'll announce very shortly. We're getting those teams structured, put together, and the new people injected into our greater team and working on how to best deliver the projects that we've got on the table. What's the best way to get to market? How do we make them better? How do we get there faster, better, stronger, and smoother? So it's a constant evolution. It's what we're always focused on. But yeah, it's bringing those pieces together so that we can have this fully interoperable ecosystem out and launched.
All right, Ben, thanks very much for joining. We now have Fadz on coming to show the demo, so hope you have a good one. Catch you later.
Okay, thank you. See you.
Okay, so now we have Fadzly Yusof, the GM of RFOX Games, with us. How's it going, mate?
It's been good. It's been a crazy 6 months for us and team. We've been spending a lot of time and effort making sure that we have good launches planned for the communities in June. Obviously, we are focusing on the launch of third edition as well as the mobile game KOGS SLAM. But we also announced recently a partnership with NFT Marvelous for a special edition that includes Marvel characters. So it will be a big month for us in June.
All right, and what's happening in the blockchain space?
Well, right now, specifically in the play-to-earn arena that we're in, we're seeing a lot of companies reach out to communities that are facing problems supporting their families, and they're looking at the play-to-earn economy as a way for them to be able to sustain ourselves. So our plans are all pivoting towards that to make sure that we have a relevant product that people can enjoy and help them in their daily lives.
All right, that's great. And now let's announce the winner of the competition. The question was, what feature would you like to see in the new KOGS mobile game? And there were 5 $100 vouchers, and we did have 5 people selected, but there was actually only one winner because the other 4 didn't follow the conditions of entry, unfortunately, and that meant they had to retweet and also tag with their answer. So there was one winner. It was Benny Chen. Congratulations, Benny, and we'll be in contact. And now, Fadz, how about we have a look at the new demo?
Sure. So over here, you see basically a player being rewarded for completing one of the missions in the game. What we have in store for players is that they're able to get rewarded for certain activities based on daily rewards. So, for example, if you were to compete against a boss like Phil, the daily rewards will be able to potentially reward with RFOX as well as KOG NFTs. So I think part and parcel of our game design is to allow users to be able to download the game for free and start earning NFT assets or RFOX coins as a way for them to be able to enter the play to earn economy very quickly and very simply. What you see right now is gameplay where a user has to defeat a boss, which is one of our staff. His name is Phil. And the different elements of gameplay are very easy to pick up, meaning that even a child can download the game and start playing within a matter of minutes. Everything just requires you to use your finger to manage where the cogs will be when you start to slam them. And majority of the gameplay is designed around a very casual theme, meaning that we've moved away from the previous cyberpunk kind of theme for us to be able to accommodate a larger audience in terms of user acquisition. So if you see there, that's a lot of bells and whistles that we're putting into place as the final polish. When you play against bosses, they will be able to taunt you. All the cogs that you see in the game are available for you to get or win. So meaning even the slammer that you see right now are available for you to unlock. So as you progress towards the game and you unlock matches with bosses, each bosses have unique rewards. Some of them will be able to drop unique cogs or NFTs, and some bosses will potentially even reward you with RFOX. So as an incentive for you to continue playing the game daily to unlock those daily quest rewards, I think players would be quite amused at some of the bells and whistles we put into play simply because we're a gaming company and we want to be as playful as possible. So now you see that basically Phil has won the match, and these are all the rewards that you could have potentially gotten if you actually beat him. Over here, you see the vending machine that allows you to buy cogs in the game as well. Now, typically, what a user has to do to buy cogs is he has to go through a very convoluted process where he has to go through the atomic hub and as well as, buy wax to buy packs of NFTs. With the game, they can actually just buy packs of NFTs or cogs via the App Store or Google App Store or Apple Store itself. So you don't have to worry about figuring out how to buy wax. Just use your credit card and you'll be able to get those NFTs.
Wow, that's cool. So pretty easy to get started then.
Yeah.
When's it going to be launched?
So we're looking at doing an open beta by the end of June, but right now we've already onboarded quite a significant amount of players on iOS and soon Android. We're just waiting for clearance. iOS players are giving us feedback on potentially what we can do to improve the game and also helping us spot bugs as well. I believe that getting that feedback early is a good way for us to get help to make sure that this is a polished product for everyone and reach as large a market base as possible.
All right, well, that's all we have time for now. Thanks so much for showing us the demo, Fadz. Have a great week, mate. Okay, so we'll wrap it up there. Let us know your thoughts on the demo in the comments, everyone. Bye for now.